Switch to the recording. We got Marvin. Good morning, Marvin. We got Ryan. We got Charlie. Someone else had just jumped in, but they might be a second. What's up, Marvin? Where are you zooming in from? Throw it in the chat if you don't mind. If you have any questions, you can throw them into the chat. I'm actually a new resident of Lyons, Illinois here. So former resident of Logan Square area. Larice is here. Good morning, Larice. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is technically my first virtual walkthrough from my new house. So yeah, so we'll give everyone about 5 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes to jump in here. I gotta get one other thing going as well. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful Saturday morning. I know for me, the first thing I'm always trying to do on Saturday morning is get to the gym. So I got to the gym. Now I got this super, super long hair, which I'm getting ready to cut soon. I'm actually very excited about that. Yeah, so I was rushing to take my shower, obviously, since my hair is still soaking wet. Yeah, so if I can start my Saturday at the gym, I'm a very, very, very happy man. So, but yeah, super grateful for everyone able to join this morning and anyone who's watching this later. We got Ryan and Charlie who are on site. We'll give everyone a couple more minutes here to jump in. All right, Paul's here. Paul Trung. Good morning. Good morning. If you don't mind going on mute, that'd be awesome. If you have any questions, please throw it into the chat. I'm super excited about Paul's project. If we can get this thing off the ground. What's up, Paul? Good morning. Marvin, Larice. All right. We'll give him another minute or two. I know for me, I got a lot. I actually don't have that much happening for the first time in many weekends. So I'm actually very relieved to be taking it easy after this. So, but it's always a little bit of work to get it put together. I'm going to share my screen here. So for anyone who doesn't know me, and yeah, if you don't mind, if you can just like give me a thumbs up, or if anyone can put okay into the chat, or yes, if you can see my screen, that'll just be very helpful just to make sure I'm not sharing something you can't see. Anyone feel welcome to put anything into the chat to confirm that you can see my screen. But my name is Jonathan Clem. I am the founder here at Quality Builders. Usually we have my partner Dev on site, but he is actually in India now. So he is no longer able to join us, more than likely, because it's what time? Like 11 o'clock there in India. What's up? Okay. Oh, I saw someone else join us, so it distracted me. Marvin or Marcus join. What's up, Marcus? Morning, morning, morning. Yeah, so we do this every once a month, the first Saturday of the month. We also host the Chicago Breakfast Cash Flow Club. That's on the third Saturday of the month, and our goal here is really to bring more awareness to what we're doing at Quality Builders, bring more awareness in someone like the investing in renovation spaces. Just because, me personally, I struggled for a long time trying to figure out how all of this is supposed to come together, and full transparency, like we're still figuring it out every day here at Quality Builders. We're by no means the perfect general contractor, but we've at least found the more that we're open, transparent, and can communicate better with our clients, the better our process has gotten along the way. I actually just told Charlie, our client whose property we're at most recently, is he's by far got the best process from us so far, and it's still clunky. There's just so many different variables and things going on when you're doing a big project like this. And so we're in Avondale with Charlie, our actual client, on site before we even started the project, which is super exciting. It's a super unique building, to be honest. It's a 2-unit multifamily, and he's going to be doing a renovation loan, getting ready to close, and it's a family property, and so he's going to do a construction loan, and it's currently a 3-bed, 1-bath on the first floor and a 1-bed, 1-bath on the second floor. And so, yeah, personally, like I think it's going to be a very good long-term hold in this case. I think he actually might even end up living there. And Charlie himself is actually a broker as well. I know he's at Second City with Bree Schmidt. So yeah, I'll highlight Charlie real quick and let him introduce himself. Maybe if you want to tell us anything else about the property, Charlie, feel free to do that as well.
Is it my turn, John? Sorry, I was talking to Ryan out here.
No, yeah, you're perfect. Yeah, so we can see
Okay.
Ryan's camera now
Oh,
and
cool.
hear you
Nice.
perfectly.
Yeah. So how much did you go through? Where do you want me to start?
We were just giving him an update on the building itself. Yeah, if you want to talk a little bit about yourself and the process, and then we can start walking through, and I can share my screen and go through the plans.
Yeah, sure. My name's Charlie Shields. My family has owned this building since it was built in 1923. So my mother's mother's parents bought it for $3,000 in 1923 when they immigrated here from Poland. I've lived here with my grandfather. My mother was raised here, so the approach with real estate is usually like look at the numbers. That is not the case on this one. I own, if you want to actually, Ryan, I own that building. So I bought that one in 2021, and I have another 3-flat, literally one block down, which I have loved in my investor's journey because if there's a problem, I walk down and handle it or call somebody that can. So having 8 units on one block for me has been ideal, and I'm happy to pay a little bit more for this one. So in my numbers of these 8 units, I just did the math on it, and at the end, the gross return will be about 350 a month per door, including this one. Now that's a 25 to 33% decrease on where my numbers currently are, but for the story and having all 8 units so close together, it's totally worth it for me. Um, and working with Jonathan and his team has been great so far. So looking forward to getting started. So I have a day job. I work with Bree Schmidt at Second City Real Estate, helping investors find low money down 2 to 4 unit buildings on Chicago's northwest side. So basically, if you're familiar with the Blue Line, think 2 miles north or south of the California Blue Line stop up through Jefferson Park. Bree has started investing in 2010, I believe it was. And I started in 2016. So, yeah, I've been doing this a while and pretty familiar with everything in the 2 to 4 unit class. I will say this building is currently, it was a single family home, but thanks to Jonathan's connections with some architects that we work with, Prashant and John over at PMPC, I think, it was zoned a 2-flat. So I think the city is looking to densify some neighborhoods. So it went through, I think we were in zoning for 28 days, which was, having dealt with zoning the last 7 or 8 years of my life, I know it can be a nightmare situation. So just like such a breath of fresh air that got taken care of as quickly as it did. I think that about covers it for like a brief intro. John, anything I missed?
No, no, that was very, very, very good and perfect.
Okay,
And
cool,
yeah,
cool.
I think
Should we go inside?
yeah, let's go inside. As you guys kind of make your way inside, I'm going to show the floor plans. And so I'll
Yeah,
show
go
where
for
you
it.
guys are walking in on the side door, and then we'll
Yeah,
give it
cool.
back to you guys once you guys are inside. So,
Perfect.
okay. And so, yeah,
uh,
can everyone see my screen again? Hopefully.
the place is, I think we're about 2 or 3 weeks from actually starting this project. So you're going to have to excuse the mess. We're still working on mitigating all of the junk from and possessions from like 100 years of history here. Actually, you know what I can do? This might make things a little better. Let me, is the lighting okay, or should I raise
Yeah,
these things?
I think it's fine.
It's fine? All right, okay.
Yeah. And
Um, yeah,
real quick, I got my screen shared, Charlie, so I'm going to give everyone like a general layout and then you
yeah,
can kind of walk through it in person after that. Uh, and so can
yeah,
everyone
go for
see
it.
my screen right now? Any type of like thumbs up in the chat or anything would be super helpful. Um, I'll make sure I unpin him as well. Yeah, so they just walked into the front door. So um, front door is here for the first floor plan. And basically, like we said, it's currently a two bed, one bath, and you can see you walk in, you have a living room and dining room. We're going to end up removing some walls here to kind of reconfigure things because of the stairwell in the back going to the basement. Definitely was not quite up to code. And so you walk in here, pretty standard 5 by 8 bathroom. And then you have a bedroom on either side of that. We're kind of reconfiguring a kitchen to go along the south wall, and then it'll also have an island as well. So I'm going to quickly show you guys what the final floor plan will look like as well. So that way, as he's walking through, you can get a better idea what that's going to look like. So this is going to be the first floor final configuration. And so, you know, the biggest changes here are removing a couple of the sidewalls to open up this whole front area and here. And then obviously the kitchen is getting, you know, pretty much relocated all the way um, to that south wall here. And we'll have an island here in the middle. And then we'll be removing that chimney. And then the new stairwell will be to the basement will be reconfigured as well. So it brings everything up to code. Pretty much everything will get cleared out and replaced. There's a couple of cool items that we're keeping um, kind of like as a historic preservation for Charlie too. But yeah, I'll kind of give it back to Ryan and Charlie. They can walk through the actual property now and give you any other kind of insights on his kind of thought process for how he laid things out. So
Yeah,
let
sounds
me.
good. Back to me, John.
Yep.
Cool. So this, John, as John detailed, this is all going to stay the same. My grandparents put this bench in here that's like some sort of weird vinyl that's unfortunately come out because it's kind of gross after Lord knows how many years. But as we move around here, the fireplace will stay. It will be non-functional. Just it's easier that way. The bookshelves that you can kind of see will stay. The windows, because they were replaced probably 10 years ago, they're in fine condition. That was not included in the scope of work. They'll be reframed, which is great. But all of the windows will stay, and we'll take care of those as we see fit in the future. But the building is already it's pretty well insulated. It's currently on boiler heat. Insulation will be included in the scope of work to tighten things up there a little bit. But this wall will be removed. So it's now kind of parceled out into a dining room and kitchen. Because it's not a huge floor plan, I think the total is about 1,100, 1,200 square feet. We'll be taking down this wall and the wall into the kitchen. The layout here will be essentially the same. The only window that will be modified is the south facing one, and the kitchen will have refrigerator will be against the wall, some countertops that will go all the way up to the ceiling. This window will be slightly elevated, and then the kitchen will be here. There will be an island here that will have the sink, and then just a wall here with the entranceway being relocated here. This is the main support wall for the house. Is that good? Did I miss anything there, John?
No, no, you're nailing it. We could hire you
All right.
to do all
Excellent.
the walkthroughs, to be
Cool.
honest. Yeah, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean this is cool. So we'll come into the bed. We'll stay on the first floor. We'll come into the bedroom here. The bedroom layouts will stay the same. They're pretty big for Chicago. The closets are years ago, some 70s, these like beautiful red oak floors. They will be refinished, but this is one of the cost saving measures that we're doing, pending that there's no health and safety issues. The flooring will stay, they'll be stripped and left a natural color because I'm a fan of that. If you just want to swing around here, the closets are a pretty good size. I'd say, they're not quite walk-in, but good enough size. So no issues really here with the layout for the bedroom. That's pretty much it there. The, the bathrooms will be, this one will be nearly entirely revamped. The only key is the old cast iron tub. These weigh so much, and already got a little shower ledge there, so yes, but then we room plus a den area. I'm pretty sure behind this wall is the original structure of the house, so this will stay unless we're surprised. And then this was a deck add-on. Less than half of the section of the house.
Oh, I think we're losing Charlie's audio, so he might need to go further back into the house. I don't know why. I think it's the internet is my suspicion. It may just not be the best. Oh, I think you accidentally muted yourself, actually, Charlie.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, yeah, there you
Okay,
go.
sorry about that. But yeah, just to wrap this part up, there's just like a bigger kind of connected bedroom to a workspace den area. I plan on living in this unit because this is where my family has lived. So, once that this project is being planned to take, I plan on moving in here. So, yeah, looking forward to it. But that's kind of it. Should we go to the back? Would you want to go downstairs first or upstairs?
Let's go upstairs first, and then yeah, I'm sharing my screen again just so everyone can get an idea where they were just at. So they're
Okay,
just in this
sounds good.
bedroom one. Charlie was actually just talking about this wall here, how we're actually going to end up leaving it in place instead of demoing it out, just because it was going to require pretty big demolition of the exterior foundation because that is the exterior part of the original building and some lintels. So we actually removed that from the scope as well.
Mhm.
And then we're also going to be rebuilding this wall here in the bedroom. That's going to be
Yeah.
adjacent to the stairs just because I think there's an existing closet there. Uh,
Mhm.
and whatnot. And so yeah, now they're back in the kitchen and gonna go
Yeah.
upstairs. So
Yeah.
uh,
Upstairs. I'll just show like this makes sense right now. So there's an existing back like semi-spiral staircase here. This staircase will stay, and then what needs to be rebuilt due to code is the stairway down to the basement. Um, there just needs to be a platform halfway down. So this section will be modified. We'll lose the kitchen pantry, but the cabinets will make up for that space. So all right. So this is in the back of the building. um, these stairs will stay. This A-frame bit in back will stay. We're not going to dormer this out because there's enough space back here. Uh, the floor plan up here is really nice. Like I think the square footage here is less than 800 square feet, but because of the boxy nature, it feels, to me, it feels much bigger than it is. So yeah, I love this old countertop. John and his team said that it's too much hassle to leave So I'll keep that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, uh, fridge cabinets will kind of do a U shape here. Stove will remain here. There'll be an exhaust and microwave here, but everything else will stay the same in the kitchen. Let's go to the bathroom. Another cost saving measure is like this, the tile has been here since forever, as far as my entire lifetime. That will remain, as will the tub. It will get a refinish, but again, the bathroom will be entirely redone. And I actually think, John, I don't even know if we talked about this, but when Anas came over to do the building walkthrough, um, there's a big storage cabinet for linen and bathroom things. And that said, the HVAC guys might want to put the um, the furnace in this uninhabitable attic section, so you can get in the room for a furnace. So if that's possible with the HVAC folks, I think that would be my preferred method, because then we could keep that pedestal sink in the bathroom that is also old. But again, you know, we've got wood, hard, this red oak throughout the entire second floor. Um, in my opinion, really big closets for this part of Chicago. Um, you know, there's enough space to walk in there and good depth in both of the rooms. So the layout up here is really helpful. I'm not sure if the HVAC is going to be soffitted or if we're going on the floor. I think that's to be seen. But you know, these old archways, if we can keep them, would be great. And then large living space here. Uh, Again, with the same hardwood. I lived in this unit with my grandfather lived downstairs, and I lived up here for three years or something till he passed in 2015. So that was really fun. But yeah, second bedroom. Um, Floors will just be redone. Big closet that kind of bends over to the right. So plenty of space up here for storage and in living. I think we're redoing a little bit of this area as well, because this is where the chimney goes up. So that the chimney is going to be completely taken out, and we'll see the deteriorating bricks when we go down to the basement. But yeah, it'll be a nice little in-law unit, but you know, it's legal now, so happy. The interesting thing due to code is I don't get any issues because it's over 800 square feet. Don't quote me on that. But usually like the second story needs two egresses. This only has one, and the city didn't say that we needed to do put another staircase in, which would have been a huge hassle. So awesome by the architects on that. So one stair is enough due to the size for health and safety. So that was a
Yeah,
great
really
point.
quick
That
before you guys leave,
yeah.
really quick before you leave, I'm just gonna reshare the floor plan so
Hmm.
everyone can see the floor plan again,
Yeah, go for it.
and just talk through it a little bit visually so everyone can see. So, you know, we're not really making any substantial changes at all to the floor plan. So, like Charlie mentioned, um, him and Ryan were just coming up this back door area. This was the entrance to this unit, and yeah, the kitchen is pretty much staying exactly the same. U-shaped kitchen. I think we might be adding a dishwasher, some things like that. And
Yep.
then again, it's just pretty simple two bed, one bath unit. And like Charlie said, I also agree. Like the space, you know, for being two beds, it's actually like pretty impressive the way it's kind of laid out. Like you said, because it is a little more box shaped that you're able to get a two bed, one bath in such a small space. So yeah, I really like it. I'm excited about it. I actually like the idea potentially about the furnace going in that area. Something we can check on right now. You
Yeah.
can see the furnace was right here, if everyone can see my
Uh-huh.
screen, and he's talking about if we can potentially move it in this area, which doesn't seem completely unrealistic, but something we'd have to double check on. So
Yep. Cool.
yeah. Um,
All right. You want to head down to the basement?
yeah, we can head down to the basement. Yeah, maybe we'll have to see how the service is down there. I
Yeah.
also know we had a quick question
Yeah,
from Lorice. She was asking about the projected rental income for the units. Do you have an idea on what those
yeah,
would be?
yeah. So projected rental, I'm hoping for about 1,600 for the upstairs, and I think probably like we'll see. I mean, the weird part about the first floor is that the basement area, it won't be built out. There won't be a bathroom down there, so that will be dependent. I think at a minimum it'll be 2,000. Um, but we haven't seen the backyard. The backyard is huge. This plot of land, I think it's on 1.5 normal size lot. So it's like 37, 40 feet. The backyard is huge. So, depending on how much I usually go high, and then if I don't get any like hit, like I like to price my apartments like right at like slightly above the average income for this area. So I'm getting I'm getting that on all of the five leases that I currently have, except one because it's a little bit older. And she's great. I mean, great tenants are worth, an invaluable amount if they like keep the place nice and like take care of things. Like to me, that's like really important. So I try to get I have a very a set process of how I do the rental. That's like you know it's a more detailed process than I think a lot of people go through from my experience. But yeah, so yeah, 1,500 for upstairs, 2,000 downstairs.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Yeah. As you guys make
We'll
your
see.
way downstairs, I got the plans pulled up as far as the yard too. So Charlie was mentioning the lot size. So you can see it's actually 48 feet, which is yeah, nearly two full
Yeah,
Chicago lots by
nearly double
125.
that. Yeah,
So yeah, it's a big area.
yeah.
Um, Down in the basement, as they're making their way down there, I'll show everyone what it's gonna look like. So let me just show you so you can see what the stairs look like before. So yeah, you can see the stairs here were pretty small as they made their way down here. So you had the exterior stairs to the second floor, and then these interior stairs that go down to the basement. So that first unit will have access to that basement, and and technically the second unit will have access to the basement, right, Charlie?
Yeah, that's right. So, um, or in the basement. So the first floor and second floor will both have access to this space down here. I don't plan on like boxing it out for separate storage units. We'll see how that goes. Unnecessary at the outset, but this area will essentially it'll be cleared out of all the old boiler equipment. The ceilings here, the height is only about 6'6", and it doesn't need to be dug down because it's adjacent. It connects to the other units for health and safety, which was good. I mean, that was in an ideal world, if I had an unlimited amount of cash, I would have dug the basement down to make this a full 3-unit building. But maybe phase 2 of the project. Also, when you start digging down, there's a multitude of other problems that can come up throughout construction. So yeah, the laundry unit will go down there. Will go against the rear wall of the house with a slop sink, and then the hot water heaters, 50-gallon tanks for one for the first floor and down here, and then one for the second floor. So both hot water heaters will be down here. The furnace for the first floor and basement will be located in that utility closet. And then probably from about I'd say here on will just be an unfinished basement. The floors and walls will be painted. The John, not when Anas came by, he said that you're probably gonna have to drywall the ceiling for fire code. So I'm not sure if that's technically in the plans right now, but he's like, to avoid any issues once they see all the framing and HVAC, they're probably gonna have to drywall that up. But yeah, new water service. These pipes have been in since 1924 for all I know. So just, want to do that for health and safety as well. It's a big lift, but I think for the health of the building and whoever lives here, that's the right thing to do. Um, and yeah, I think that about rounds out the building. We can go outside and have a look at the yard too, which is another reason that, not getting rent off the yard, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, if you want to go outside, or if anyone has questions, because that kind of wraps up the entirety of at the moment.
Yeah, that was super helpful.
Oh,
Charlie going through everything. If anyone else has any other questions, you can throw them into the chat. I know Lil Reese was asking about the projected project cost. I told her it's roughly
yep.
between 275 and 350. So we don't really give exact prices just for Charlie's privacy as well. But he's been more than gracious with sharing a ton of helpful information on the property. So yeah, you can see massively big size, oversized lot that, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, this is again, like I like gardening and nature and trees, so I just planted some trees here and have been doing some gardening and composting. There's also a two-car garage that's in fine shape. I mean, I'm not too picky about garages. It's fine. We can look at it if you want, but there's nothing really special about it. Um, but that's also suits the requirement for one parking spot per unit. So yeah, big yard, a nice big parkway, and then again, like just for I own this. I bought this building in 2021, so the joint lot sizes together are a triple lot because this is 30. I think this one's 35 and this one's 50. So I've got more than a triple lot right here, which yeah, not that I'll ever do this because I think they're kind of ugly, but you can see buildings here. They've been putting in 6 unit buildings with a duplex down on the bottom that have been selling for like over 1 million, and that was as of several years ago. So, there's opportunity in the future you know, if things go that way. I don't plan on doing that, but it's nice to know that that amount of property together is also secured for potential leveraging for something in the future. So, but yeah, that's about it. The roof is not currently in the plan. If they have to, if it gets really ripped up during construction, I might consider throwing another roof on, but I don't really get water in the basement, so no drain tile or water mitigation systems are in the plan, and I'm fine with that. Um, but yeah, 100-year upgrade. So
Yeah,
yeah,
beautiful. Yeah. I don't know if there's any last minute questions. If there is, we'll stay here for another minute or two. But yeah,
yeah,
greatly appreciate everyone hopping on with us this morning. Um, especially Charlie and Ryan for getting out there on Saturday morning. Greatly appreciate that.
yeah,
And yeah, if anyone has any questions, you can always get a hold of us. QualityBuilders.com is probably the best way. You can set up a free consultation to go through the projects. And yeah, if you ever want to come on site to any of our projects, we're always happy to show people what's going on. One of the other things I didn't touch on too is we're always talking about figuring out ways to give back. One of the ways that I do that personally is through the Boys and Girls Club of True Value. So usually I shared this earlier, but yeah, if you happen to be able to even provide any type of donation to them, it goes to their Youth of the Year program, which is every year, coming up around this time, actually October, November, and basically 3 of the children at the Boys and Girls Club get to go up and give a presentation. If they win that presentation, they actually get to go to Navy Pier and do it for the regional Chicago area and end up getting a scholarship. So yeah, if you're able to, I'll leave that QR code up for a second. And then yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to us anytime. And thank you all for joining us this morning. Thanks a bunch, Charlie and
all
Ryan
right,
as well.
sure thing.
All right, later. Bye.
All right, bye guys.